Okay, I hope this video will be with sound. Please let me know. The topic of this video is complicated relationships. Of course, we will talk from esoteric point of view. Let me add. How is sound with this video? Please let me know.
Hello.
Hello. Привет.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Oh, very good to see you. I'm so happy to see you. It was no sound on previous video.
Yes, at the beginning there was no sound, but now it's fine. It's good to see you. It's been like a year. Last time I spoke to you, it was a year ago, and we were planning so long to um, get another live because me and Daria, we have so many questions piling up from people. It's just too many, and it only makes sense to go live and discuss them today. And the topic
Thanks God, thank
relationships.
God we speak regularly.
Yes.
I just want to make it clear. We always know each other, but we went live 1 year ago because both of us traveled a lot, moved a lot to different places. Just been like
Yeah,
that.
that's right. That's right. Thanks for clarification. We obviously talk more often than that, but together there is so many people asking questions about this hot topic that's always hot. Somehow people figure out easier the financial side of life and how to fix their health versus the relationship. It's always so complicated. And we thought about this is a good time. Love is in the air, it's Valentine's Day, and a lot of people have this special mood, and it's only a good time to discuss it now together. And let's start with a fundamental question, which is, more common. Why is it always so complicated in this particular area of life? You have so many people that come to you for private sessions, and you hear all types of stories, but do you have any idea why relationships are so complicated nowadays?
This is the question of all centuries, I think.
Yes.
It's been complicated always, not only nowadays, but actually, you are right. You're very right. Nowadays, it's kind of more complicated because let's think what used to happen to people like 1,000 years or 2,000 years ago, even 100 years ago, even 100 years ago. People used to face a lot of wars, a lot of difficulties. They need to survive. So it was very, very like clearly that women need to make food, watch 6 children, and men need to go and go to the war or go and kill some animal and bring some meat home. Even if relationship wasn't perfect, they couldn't divorce. It was totally different situation. Nowadays, people are very separated. We are separated even from friends, kind of. Like, look what COVID did. Look like modern matrix world trying to change us. Kind of separate us from people. Wear mask, work online better, book your appointment with doctor online. um, your children sit uh, and study online. By the way, can you hear me clearly? I think my sound is not good. Now
I
I
can
don't hear.
I can hear you well. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Can
Okay.
you hear me?
I can hear you perfect, but I hear myself kind of twice.
Really?
But okay,
Mm.
yeah.
Well, there are oceans between us. We're really far away from each other. Maybe it's something with the internet, but my internet usually works fine.
Mhm.
I can hear you well. Please, guys, whoever joined us so far, comment if you hear us or not, so we can fix it immediately.
Yes, and please let me know how is the sound of my voice, because
Your voice is clear. You only like I can only hear you one time,
okay,
but I know what you're talking about. It's very annoying when you hear yourself twice.
yes,
Yeah, but on our end, I hear you well, and you only sound one time.
thank you so much. Also about talking about complicity of relationship. Nowadays, we see a lot of intelligent people, smart, independent, successful. And this type of people, they don't want to keep any bullshit in their life. More common when we see people with very average life, who works on factory, making some burritos in the evening, watching Netflix and going to sleep. Less likely they going to see um, how is big difference between them with a partner, and more educated people who think more, who grow more. They have this type of tendency when it's really hard to find someone with the same level like yours. When your level, when your deepness is few inches, let's say you're interested only in burritos, Corona, Netflix, you don't need anything else in this life. When such people who are not very deep, they don't ask too much about life. They're not gonna question their life. They're not gonna question their relationship. They just need to be in the comfort zone. Another question that universe is not going to let them to live in comfort zone. That's why they're going to face uncomfortable life and not understand why. But for complicated people, our people, those people who we like, because we are also complicated in a good way. For complicated people, it's not easy to find a match. And this is a very good news, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. The more sophisticated is the person, the more difficult for them is to find all the pieces of the puzzle in another in order to be able to match. Here we're talking about not just physical, we're talking about all the layers, as we all consist of many, many layers. And I really loved how you described your point of view on the chakra levels in your Russian YouTube. I really love the video where you explained in detail how relationships work between men and women. Let's take the traditional masculine and feminine principle. That's what we are talking here about, and you guys measure it up to yourself. But traditionally, there is a masculine and feminine energy in the couple, regardless of who it is, right? Men, women, and there is a certain direction that energy has to take from one person to another person in different segments. And I know it was a long video, but let's try to get our English-speaking audience familiar with that concept that you brought up about chakras. Let's describe it in short. Every chakra, what is it about, and why the direction has to come from man to a woman or from woman to a man.
Mhm. Okay, okay. That video is very long. I didn't expect. We're gonna talk about that topic because it's kind of hard to describe it shortly, but okay, let's try. I hope that everyone who listening right now is familiar with some basic knowledge about chakra. Okay, root chakra, first chakra.
Red
Is about,
color.
I'm sorry?
Red color.
Yeah,
We
red
can
color.
call them by the colors. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's easier.
it's about safeness, about instincts. It's about our deep needs to feel safe, to feel grounded, to feel that tomorrow we have place to live, and not even tomorrow and future as well, that we have money, that we are most likely sure that we will get this money, salary, income in 1 month, in 1 year, and later. This type of feeling. So naturally, this energy in the couple, in relationship, this energy flows from man to woman. Even nowadays, when women are successful and working, it's very, very important for each woman, even if she makes millions, it's very important for her to feel that if something happened, your man can take care. Or not even in case if something, every woman wants to feel that she has a king next to her. It's very important feeling, especially for spiritual girls who already developed some special energy. You want special person and special energies around you as well. Do you want to add something maybe?
Yes, definitely. So everybody has different understanding and ideas nowadays, but there are some fundamentals deep down in our energetical bodies and in our DNA. Like Daria mentioned, no matter how much money the woman makes, she can be a Mrs. President if you want, but she still would like somebody next to her who can show her that in any moment of time he can take care of the family, and that man will be very attractive to her by default. Resourcefulness, that's one of those qualities that everybody seeks in each other, and resourcefulness can be measured in different currency, not only financial. Resourcefulness is health, healthy people, young people, right? People who are in a good health condition, they're considered resourceful, and those are partners that people are looking for in the first place. But when it comes to chakra levels, the financial level where the energy flows from a man to a woman, or from the masculine principle to feminine, would be the ideal situation. It's going to show that the man is in charge. It's going to show, and it's going to make man win over all the other competitions he always has. Because women ultimately choose from a man who chose them. And the last decision is woman who is making, if she wants to commit in this relationship or not. In the nature, we see how animals are. In animal kingdom, the strongest species win the female, right? In human species, it works the same way. And nowadays, one of those indications would be the financial stability. Where are we going to live? What are we going to eat? What is going to happen if a woman will be carrying your child? There has to be some guarantees that a man next to her is strong enough to support the family. So that's the fundamentals of the root chakra level. But when it comes to next level, which is orange chakra, which is the uh, chakra of pleasure, love, and romance, it's a pre-game. It's that type of relationship where people feel very sweet connection to each other when they enjoying each other. From that perspective, from the romance, the energy has to flow from woman to a man. That would be her area of expertise. That would be her domain, right?
Yes, and first of all, this is sexual energy. And it's not only about, it's something, it's more deep than, than like wearing short skirt or something like that. It's not about that at all, at all. It's about some feeling when, it's about some feeling for him when her energy is like ocean of the honey. He cannot explain why this miracle, this ecstasy, this um, like not realistic feeling is happening to him, like something works for him as magic. In her aura, in her energy field, he wants to rest. He feels enjoying. It's about that, first of all, not only, okay, her shape is sexy, maybe we can be lovers. Not about that. When men really going crazy about woman's energy, he understands on some level, he takes some kind of um, it's feeding him, it gives him a lot, and also he kind of rests in this energy. It's more valuable than find someone who looks like model from Playboy. It's totally different. It's totally different when man finds a woman with his type of feminine energy. He will know that. He might feel something what he feels first time in his life if he's lucky enough to meet such a woman. And I want to say that all magical ladies have that type of energy. That type of energy, even when you have relationship for many, many, many years, this man wants you. You will never face that situation when people lose sexual drive in 1 or 2 years. It will never happen. So yeah, on this level, energy flow goes from woman to man. Let's move forward. Manipura, third chakra. It's about leadership, about how world can see us. Yellow energy, solar plexus, energy of warrior, energy of king, energy of queen. On this level, energy flows from man to woman. She also might be a queen, not necessarily princess, but she wants to feel someone who is more on charge, on duty next to her, who will decide, who will say, we will travel this to this country, or we will buy this, or we will do this or that exactly on that day. Masculine energy, which is very important, which goes to woman and feeding. Do you want to add something?
Yes, I'll add something. Yeah, you described it so perfectly. No matter what the situation, women always enjoy masculine energy in a man, which shows or manifests in a way that he makes the decision. It's not doesn't mean that he is a tyrant and he said it's gonna be the only way I said so, but it's something very beautiful about decisive man. The one that, for example, hey, be ready by 8 p.m. I'm gonna come pick you up. He already booked the restaurant. He already arranged everything. And it's not like, babe, what you wanna do? What you wanna eat? Where should we go? Like it's those little. Even if he wants to take her, for example, to a steakhouse, but she wants sushi. Still, there's something beautiful about him making that arrangement. That's what a lot of women were longing for. They're longing for somebody who will take the reins, even if in this little small things like where are we going to go together, what are we going to do together, or how are we going to resolve certain issues. They like to feel protection. women like to feel protection. They like to feel that men can take charge, like you mentioned before. And yeah, today, in today's video live, we're going to describe the relationship more from the women perspective, from what women really want and what they're longing for. Because we planned
Okay, I
another live.
didn't know, but okay.
Yeah, it's more about women today. It's the Valentine's week, but for another life, we prepared another topic. On that topic, we're gonna focus on our dear men, especially when we have that holiday, which is it's sort of it's a Men's Day on the February 23rd. At least that's how we know it in Eastern Europe. So that life we're gonna dedicate for our dear men and what they really want in relationship and how they see it. But moving forward with chakras, men are visual and women are more auditory, right? I don't know much women who fall in love because men have nice and long legs. I haven't met one. If you have, I mean, there's anything. The world can be crazy like that. But usually, women do not lose their head over the man's body and how he looks. Women fall in love with your guys' actions, with how you treat them. Women like the initiative. It's okay, we live in a modern world and people should call each other together, text each other together, but it's still in the subconscious, it's really nice when the man makes the first move, when he takes the initiative. And it's also the yellow chakra, Manipura chakra that Daria described. Initiative comes from a man. It doesn't necessarily mean that only he has to text or call first, but something very sexy about that initiative that men take. It puts everything in the right harmonious spot. Because even in biology, we know in our anatomy, in human body, in biology, eggs never chase the sperm. Even the nature, that's how nature made us. And when people are harmonious, this is how the ideal relationship would look like for them. But our world is full of disharmony, and that's a question of another video. So we'll continue moving forward from yellow chakra to heart chakra. And the heart center is very, very important center. That's the one that's in the middle between the physical realm and the spiritual realm, right? The heart, it's like a doorway. It's gates that lead you to spiritual relationship. And in the heart level, please describe how you see it.
Okay. Can I say a few more words about Manipura? Because this video for English-speaking countries and many girls in Europe, in United States, they might be far away from European mindset or from Eastern mindset. And I see a lot of situations around when girls initiate first kiss, first sex. They change this energy flow between her Manipura and his Manipura. And girls, unfortunately, you will never be happy if you do that, if you change that pattern. Of course, you want someone strong next to you. You will chase him and initiate everything in your life always. You don't want to start with that. So it's better to change that type of pattern because with that type of inside, first of all, it's very hard to attract real men and normal interest to you when you already have tendency to be like that. It might be not easy to change your pattern and your mind. Maybe you will need to watch some feminine girls, listen more to your girlfriends who has a totally opposite pattern of behavior, and little by little copy that. It will help you. So when you just realize that something is opposite in your life from that energy law and energy flow, what we described, just try to play that way, which will be better for you. So about anahata, heart chakra, again, the flow comes from woman to man. Men might be very loving as well, very heart open. I hope, yeah, he is. But it's not very common. It's common among esoteric people, spiritual people, maybe some monks, etc. Some spiritual guys. Uh, More often, it's more easy to express emotions for women. That's why we say that energy flow from woman to man, because in man nature it's kind of be tough. Don't show too much. Don't talk too much. As you said, be ready at 9 o'clock. Yeah, and it's very important for woman to give that energy to express, because in this case she will be living like a flower, like a music, opening, and her energy will dance very beautifully. First of all, it's very useful for her to give it endlessly. And for him, it's very important to see and feel and receive that emotions from her. That's why for women it's very important to be queen and to caring person, etc. But also it's important for her to be a girl, a princess as well. Not tough, not close, but support him emotionally as well. I know
Yeah,
you have to add for
yeah.
sure.
I want to add something that we all deal with a lot of traumas, psychological, life gets in the way. There is a lot of stuff happening in every house behind the closed doors. Like all the pictures we see, happy couples on Facebook, Instagram, it's just a facade. Everybody struggle their own battles that we don't know about. But the purpose of this life is to help people who want to improve their relationship segment of life, to navigate you guys in a right direction. If you understand that something doesn't work out the way you want, take responsibility. Don't blame the other party. Oh, he doesn't give me flowers. Oh, he doesn't call me or doesn't create romance. That's a very often complaint we hear about from women. You have to start the energy flow. Make one step towards him, and he's gonna make 10 steps towards you. I promise you that if you will start it the right way. If you're not treated the way you want to be treated, then you have to start loving yourself and treat yourself the way you would like to be treated by that person, that special person of yours. Also, look at your partner from another angle. Understand that he is also a human being with heart. Maybe he doesn't know how to show you, how to express his love. Show him, get a start, like get a jump start. Show him how beautiful love can be. And the other person will reciprocate it and answer to that. That's why we say that from heart chakra level, the energy flows from a woman to a man. She fills him up with love and she receives love back in a different form, because a man understands actions more than anything else. That's how their psychology is. If you tell a man many, many, many things, he's not gonna even remember half of it, maybe not even 50% or 25. Like it goes in one ear, it leaves another ear, and he is busy in this world trying to build something. But when he sees on the action that you, instead of complaining, doing something for him, showing him how, for example, treat him very lovely, beautiful, speak sweet, not, not be dry and like talk rude, like make your conversation flow nice, make attempt on your behalf to sweeten up this relationship, and treat yourself beautifully. So he sees, this woman loves herself. It means that she takes care of herself. She has a high self-esteem. It means that I have to be on the same level with her. Same, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. And we will discuss the next question that I have somebody asked me yesterday, and not only about self-esteem and how to fix the low self-esteem, because it's one of the roots of relationship problems, but we'll go to that later after we pass through our 3 remaining chakra levels, so we can wrap it up, the segment of chakras, unless you want to add something else on the heart level.
We already said enough. So about Vishuddha, next chakra, blue energy, throat center. Well, men are more logical than women, and it's very important when he can express all his thoughts, all his idea when he's around her. And it's very important energetically when she is listening to him carefully, not interrupting, not saying, okay, I already listened to you for 1 minute, it's enough, I'm boring, let me go. It means they are not match. Because when they are match on different levels, she is enjoying so much his voice, his ideas, his thoughts about this matrix universe, about everything, because he is a structure for her, kind of like our bones and muscles are structure for our body. So his kind of ability to chew this world is important for her, to feel, to understand, to listen, to support him. So energy and some influence going from him to her. I don't know if I explained very well or not. Maybe you will.
Understand you well. Yeah, it's also so there are some chakras that are more on the masculine side, and some chakras are more on the feminine side. So throat chakra is one of the masculine chakras, because it doesn't mean that man only talks in relationship and woman only listens. It's actually oftentimes the other way around, which is preferred. It's even scientifically proved that women have to say at least certain amount of words a day to feel better, to release themselves. But to each his own. We have different personalities. For example, I do not like men who are like blah 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 blah, talking too much. I never was attracted to such kind. It's simply not my type. But still, it's better to say not too much, but right in the point, to put your point across. That's why we mean that throat chakra is the principle where energy flows from man to woman. He sets the tone for relationship. He introduces woman to new things, and they have amazing conversations together. This is one of the red flags. If you don't have good conversations with a partner, likely the throat chakra level is not there in that relationship. You have to enjoy the voice of your person, right? And you also have to enjoy what he has to say, how he replies to anything that you are discussing. It's very, very important. And there is one question I get, I get asked very often on consultations. Women ask why he's not calling or not texting. Everything was okay. We were talking, then he disappears. Here I see there are many reasons that possible. There can be super many amount of reasons, but what do you think is the most common problem in dynamics like that, where people talk, and they date and everything is okay, but then all of a sudden, oftentimes one of the people disappears and stops communication, and more often it is men than women.
Honestly, honestly, I don't like this topic. I will explain why. Because always when women asking this question, and women often have tendency to really go crazy about that, I always say, please, just remember forever, just relax and remember, and be happy. You are not match. You're not match. And it's normal. Someone disappear, someone stop to text, call. Okay, let that person go. The worst thing which doing, maybe 70, maybe 80, maybe 90% of women, they start buy you 3 million consultation from tarolog, from astrologer, and we see it every day from everybody, and they start struggle. Why? What should I do to bring him back? Never ever try to bring anyone back. When this is very beginning, and maybe you just texting, maybe it was dating website or something, maybe you never seen each other, or maybe you saw each other 1 or 2 times and he disappeared, great, it's normal. He just went along with some energy on his level, and very often it's because he's low level, and he found someone low level. This is most common what happened, and you must be what happened to my
Don't
filter.
take it personal. Don't take it personal. It doesn't, like, a lot of girls take it personal. Oh, it's something wrong with me. And there we have to work psychologically with bringing up that low self-esteem. Do not let other people determine your value. Okay, he doesn't text back. That's fine. Let him be. There are
Let
8 billion
be,
people in the world.
let
You have so many interesting things to discover within yourself. There's so many angles of yourself that we still have to learn. We're living our life, and we always have a bunch of surprises about ourselves that we had no idea. When you solely focus and give the reins to another person and give the other person determine, your self-esteem is always going to be low. That's why it's important to understand communication has to work both ways. It's like ping pong. I text you, you text me back. If you don't text me back, the game is over, right?
yep,
It has to be reciprocated. There are some circumstances what happens. For example, I don't know, he lost his phone, or or I don't know, maybe he I don't know, maybe he was abducted by aliens. But it's not too common, you know. A lot of women have a big ego, men too, but women, let's say you have a big ego, it's hard for you to accept that he's just not really into you, and that's the problem. And even if somebody is not into you, that's okay. It doesn't make you lesser you. It doesn't make you less beautiful, less smart, less desirable, less wonderful. Somebody is looking for someone exactly like you who is watching this video now. Trust me, the universe is woven of so many secrets. People are longing for love. Everybody wants love. That's the energy that everybody desperately needs right now. And any limiting beliefs that you have in your head that, I don't know, everybody's a liar or cheater or whatever bad experiences you have, you're only limiting yourself from finding that beautiful love that you so deeply desire, which does exist. To each his own, and there is always time and place. But in the time where you do not have what you're looking for, that type of love, use that time wisely in developing yourself, clearing your heart of all the burdens, of all the past bad experiences, so you can come on the journey of love light light-handed. You don't have to carry the baggage of old that makes you way uncomfortable. And other people feel it on energy level. They don't have to be into that spiritual stuff to feel. We're all equipped with device of intuition. In somebody it's developed very strong, in someone it's not developed at all, but it doesn't mean it's not there. We're all intuitive intuitive being. And moving forward to our sixth third eye chakra, speaking of intuition, I would like Daria to share her concept of the energy flow and how relationship work when the level of the third eye is there.
Yes, 1 second. I will answer. I just want to say thank you for great comments. And Maria said exactly very true thing. 100% means there is someone out there better for you. It's always like that. And very often we see situation when one partner left because got interested in someone. Let's say partner number two left for someone. It means that for partner number one, universe worked that way because it's time to meet someone else, and universe working that way that some people can turn away from you, and only in the beginning of growing, spiritual growing, it feels like pain. Later on, you just smile and making next step, and it's totally normal.
That's right.
Like that.
I like that saying, whatever you're looking for is looking for you too.
It's
Always
true.
believe, even if it's hard to accept or understand something, God or universe both work in very mysterious ways. And if something doesn't work out the way you think you need, it doesn't mean it's the best scenario. Think for a second that there might be 100 times better scenario for you. You have to keep your faith strong.
Also, I want to say a very important thing. Very often people, especially spiritual people, saying, okay, I understand one person is not for me, but one person is not for me, second one, third one, and it's been for a while, it's been for many months, for some years. What's happening? What's going on? In this case, I always say, please stop, look for someone, like really stop for now. Clearly you are in that period of life when you need to make some jump, some leap. You need to grow. You need totally transformate yourself, your inner characteristics, your life, maybe everything. And right now it's not time. Maybe, and then we're doing some tarot readings, some diagnostics, and then maybe it become clear that right person will come later on, later on. And right now it's better to not waste your energy. That energy, what you need for yourself to grow, to change, to open business, to lose weight, maybe move to another city, etc.
That's right. In any unknown situations, focus on yourself. Become the best version. Like ask yourself honestly, would you like to date someone like yourself with all your baggage, with all your complexes, with all your crazy, I don't know how to say, tarakan in Colombia, I don't know, with all your Russian people would understand, basically with all that um, box of chocolate that you are, full of surprises, would you like to date someone like you? And answer
Such a
yourself
cool
honestly.
way.
And your ego is gonna say yes, yes at first. Yes, of course I would like someone like me next to me because we will understand each other. But then, are you sure? And then when it comes to rational mind, analyze what areas of life you still need to work on. Maybe you're a little bit too lazy, disorganized. Maybe you are not there financially where you would like to be. Maybe you are missing out on some other segments of life, or you have some qualities of character that you would like to work with. For example, somebody is very jealous by nature, super jealous, super possessive, and this spoils any relationship. This emotion is so destructive that it can ruin a good relationship where one of the partners will be constantly checking on other, checking the phone, being paranoid, creating all these scenarios of cheating in their head, although it's not the case. Think about your past. Maybe your parents had a dynamic. Maybe you picked it up from somewhere else. Maybe it's not even your own thoughts. But try to figure out what you need to work on to become that version of yourself that you know you can be with all the potential. And once you fully commit yourself to self-work, you will have no time of sitting here by the window and waiting for my Prince Charming. You will be busy and make yourself busy. And when the time comes, you are your best version you've ever been. And you, like a magnet, attract somebody just as good, just as harmonious, just as um, worked. Worked, I mean, I don't know how to say it in English properly. In Russian, it would mean prakachin, right? You're worked on yourself. And you have more respect towards yourself. You accomplish something that you set for yourself as your goals. You love yourself much more. And when you love yourself, this is when you can give love to others. That's the fundamental, and that's where everything starts. Because hurt people hurt other people.
Yeah. We should move to third eye chakra, right?
We should move on. Yeah, we definitely should move on. As far as third eye, I have this question that comes out of this level of relationship. These are psychic relationships. These are relationships from people can feel each other from miles away. It's a very strong mental and spiritual connections. And third eye is also connected with the realm of dreams, the dreams when we go to sleep at night, which can be of a different nature. Some dreams is just a weird dream or a bad dream, and some dreams, they feel so real as almost it's happening in this tangible world. A lot of people mention on private consultation that they see that one person in their dreams all the time. And we know logically from if something is repetitive in your life, it's a cycle. It's like universe blinks. Hey, look at this person. You see him or her all the time. It means you have some kind of connection that you have to explain yourself. There is a reason why that particular person is coming to you with a message. So I would like you to introduce our audience with the third eye chakra level of relationships and how the energy flow is supposed to come.
Actually, there are two nice topics about third chakra. First topic, which I want to describe right now, how energy flow from woman to man, and another topic is mental intuitive connection inside couple or between friends or between people, whatever. But let's talk about couple. So, okay, first, energy flows from woman to man. Man might be very intuitive. Maybe he's even a psychic or spiritual teacher, or maybe he's just, it's not just, but maybe he's a genius businessman who knows where to take this, where to sell that, and make a million out of zero. Anyway, he might be very intuitive, but still energy flows from her third eye to his third eye. Why? Because he mostly he's always he kind of pushing energy of manipura and vishuddha all the time because he need to control processes, he need to be logical, he need to be king. He kind of looking a lot on everything from logical point of view, from manifesting point of living. And it's common situation when couple goes somewhere. He already promised some people to be here, to be there, to be over there. That's why it takes him that type of energy from Manipura, let's say. And in that time, his wife or his girlfriend might say, please, I know you have 3 appointments, but I have some bad feeling. We can go to accident. Please, let's cancel that trip. So he kind of pushing the world as a man. And even if he's very intuitive and everything is good with his third chakra, his voice of intuition will be secondable. It's just because he's a man, he's masculine, just like that. And in that case, she can say something. And you know what happened to witches, to all spiritual girls? We all know this pain when someone telling us, you're always so negative. Why you say like that? This day was so beautiful until you start this, blah, blah, blah. And then when some shit happens, he's like, you are a witch. How did you know? You know, like that. So it really flows like that. We want to add something to that before we start talk about intuitive connection, how they feel each other.
That's true. Yeah, some people of okay, so men operate on the left hemisphere of the brain most of the day. That's where their state of consciousness is located. Well, a lot of women, they would rather operate from the right hemisphere of the brain, and they have something open to them that's closed to men. That's why it's very important if your wife, mother or girlfriend tells you, hey, I had a really bad dream, please don't go there, don't drive there, listen to them. They might just be right. They might be, maybe it's like your guardian angels working through them. And a lot of people, they have guardian angels that find different ways to communicate through girlfriend, wife, mother, a sister, anybody. This can be your close relative or the person you love who shares the same aura and energy filled with you, because you are, as a couple, you already form a sort of like an egregore, like your own mechanism. And if a woman feels that something is not right, you should definitely pay attention and listen to her, because she might just save your life. It's third eye. That's a very serious level of relationship. That's when connection gets really deep.
Yeah. And it will be kind of another topic, not about chakra and connection between chakras, but we must talk about that. Not about energy flow, just about connection between his third eye and her third eye. When people are good match and both are developed force cast, it will be like that. He's asking, what you want to eat today? He doesn't say what he wants, but let's say he wants sushi. And same second, she's saying, I want sushi. Or, you know, for example, they call each other and they really don't understand who called first. Because, for example, last time someone called yesterday, him or her, and today he starts text or call. This second she's texting him or calling him. Like in that type good match, when someone call, another person saying, wow, I wanted to
Yeah.
call you this second. So it's always like that. You start something, maybe you didn't even open your mouth to say that sentence, and person saying that sentence. You see each other in dreams. Even if you broke up many years ago, you can still have the strongest astral connection if you were a good match. Or another case, some people can have very strong astral connection before they ever met each other in this life. They even didn't see each other on social media. They don't know if this human exists, but they already meeting on astral plane. It's about pure match on this level.
Yeah. And I love those. That type of connection is so mysterious. It's so unexplainable. I love when it happens when you think about the person you love or your significant other, and that person texts you the very same moment or calls you. It happens very often. A lot of people started admitting that there is something going on. It's like first there is an impulse, you have a thought, and then this thought manifests on the physical instantly.
Yeah.
Isn't it a good proof of that energetic laws that are working behind the scenes that we cannot touch, but we can all definitely feel, and we open up to it more and more. And yeah, this is one of those levels of chakras that show how special these relationships can be. When you feel your person from a mile away, when you know that she's in a bad mood, you just feel it. Or when you know that he's having a bad day at work, and you know when you shouldn't call him or bother him, just let him alone. Or maybe you can feel that he's angry, he's fighting with somebody, and you kind of pick up on that energy, and you don't want to be in the middle of it. You just wait and you call in the right time when everything calms down. And that level of relationship is either available to highly intuitive people, psychics, born like natural psychics, healers, with couples who have been together for a very, very long time. And their energy bodies already synchronized like that.
Yes.
And about dreams, what's going on with the dreams? Why universe sends these messages in forms of a repetitive dream of different scenarios with the same person? Uh, how can people break down, like decode those repetitive messages without
Actually,
having a fantasy? You know, some people, they make illusions out of it. They build a castle of illusions. But how do we sort out the truth from illusion?
well, kind of, it's not illusion. It shows very strong connection between people. So it's not about something to think like, oh, it's illusion. I need a psychologist. It's different. Shamans and different esoteric uh, lineages believing that astral world and dreams are more real world than this world in which we're speaking right now. We check our phones on Instagram. When we meet someone constantly in dreams, we should accept that we are deeply connected with this person. Yes, of course, we should not be in illusion because maybe on some ideal level you are good match, and before incarnation two of your souls made a plan to grow together, to have some mutual journey, long life journey, or maybe less than life, but still. And very often one of the soul making mistakes, or both, or two of them, and whatever they supposed to go through together didn't happen. They break up. They're not together anymore, but still they're tight. Maybe they feel connection to each other more than to anyone else in this world. And even if they not together anymore, they might feel this super strong connection at nights in dreams. Even if their mind decided, oh no, this is the past, who cares? Try to say it to something bigger than you, not gonna work. So yeah, illusion from that point of view that people didn't do right steps or didn't went enough long way together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. It's like almost as if the universe had a plan for them to leave together, to be together for an amount of time, and to fulfill certain mission together, but they didn't do it. So they can't let go of each other. They continue having that relationship just in an astral plane.
Yeah.
It's very common. A lot of people talk about it. A lot of people mention that they don't know, they don't even know what's real anymore. They live one life is in their dreams, and another life is here on earth, and they have a
Complicated Relationships, Part 2. I'm adding Olga Selena. Previous video was interrupted and we continuing, friends. Okay, Olga, I don't see you online. I'm waiting for you. Still waiting for Olga. Okay, I can start explain about crown chakra, about connection on crown chakra and how energy flows. We just described how energy flows from woman to man, from man to woman on different energy levels, on different chakras. We described in previous video part 1. If you didn't see, please start with part 1. Right now I want to describe how energy flows from man to woman on crown chakra. Okay, I see Olga.
Olga, where are you? Okay,
back again.
perfect.
Okay, let's.
When it's about energy, when it's about magic, it's always like that. It's always like that. And remember, the very first try, it was no sound at all
Yeah,
today. We
yeah,
just
that's something wants to make it complicated. Just like the topic of today's live interview that we chose. And yeah, we would like to wrap up this voluminous topic. It was bigger than I thought it will be. It took a big amount of time, but we had to cover up all the chakra levels one after another, so we can see the bigger picture. How the energy is supposed to flow from whom, to which direction, and what every chakra level is representing in the relationship. And our life got cut off right when we were about to finish and describe the seventh chakra, the crown.
yes, yes. Okay, should we just start with seventh chakra, right?
Yeah.
Well, on this level, it's important for men to be level up, more opened than women. It's very important for women when she can listen to someone who kind of show the way for her. That's why as more she's spiritual, awakened, as more important for her to find someone on high level. For example, it's easy for a lady who is a second caste or first caste, because even guy who will tell her about very basic religious beliefs will be like big daddy for her, big spiritual daddy. She wants to listen, she wants to follow. Someone leads her, shows the way. And what is unbelievable disappointment for spiritual lady who is a first caste, when she meet maybe good guy, good man, but but it's like emptiness on this level. Emptiness. She might see him as a friend, as a co-worker, as whoever, but not as someone who's staying shoulder to shoulder next to her. So what I'm trying to say, since our energy construction works this way, and energy flows from crown chakra of man to crown chakra of woman, he should be able to give her something. So this connection is possible only when both are opened or kind of open, or in the way of opening, waking up, developing on this level. And it's amazing when he can play the song.
Play the song, yeah. On this level, it's very important for men to be always upgrading their knowledge of what the universe is woven of. Even if, let's say, the person is supporting one paradigm of the reality, let's say it's a Muslim, their religion is Muslim, Islam, but the person has to accept that another religions also exist, and every religion will have their own paradigm and understanding, yet there are going to be a lot of common ground. The 10 commandments are the same 10 commandments everywhere. So the person will have to take responsibility and understand that there are different paradigms of understanding of this universe. And before pushing one opinion forward that this is the only way, this is like the world is not black and white. It's all the colors of rainbow and more and beyond. So here would be ideal if a person is educated on the matter of how the universe is structured, what type of galaxies we live in, because there's not just only one place, it's so much bigger than that. And it would be amazing if the couple has the same views on how the universe is operating. That's why when we look at, let's say, people who go to church together, they usually find themselves couple right there in the same in the same company, because they have the similar views and similar beliefs. It's easier for them to look in one direction because their level of understanding of reality and the world is tied to those concepts written in the Holy Scripture of their church. So it's just an example how seventh chakra is working. Religion is egregore. And egregore, it's like BMW and Mercedes. Those are egregores. Some people like to drive BMW, some people prefer Mercedes, some people prefer Bentley. And in clothing, some people like Dolce & Gabbana, some people like Zara, some people like Versace. Those are big egregores filled with followers, right? We have, let's say,
Some
the second.
people, yeah, I want to say, after you say that, I want to say, and some people love Bentley and Dolce Gabbana, but can afford only Zara.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So we have to understand that every egregore is feeding off amount of people who are following it. If people did not like to drive Mercedes so much, it wouldn't be one of the most popular, classic, comfortable cars that was so vastly purchased all over the world. It wouldn't make it so big if people did not like it. So is with a certain religion concept or outlook on this world. The more heads they got, and the more followers are there, the stronger it becomes. People of an esoteric or gnostic concept, they view egregores and religious just like any other structure that's formed together to stay stronger, but it doesn't mean that it's the only eternal lost truth that exists out there. They do admit that there are another paradigms of reality that can be taken in consideration. So esoteric, gnostic, or magical people, they prefer to develop both hemispheres of the brain. They also listen to scientific podcasts, to conspirology, to biology, to anatomy, to history. They verify, they read holy scriptures, and they verify the hidden information that was, for some reason, covered up from humanity. And somebody out there did not want people to know what's really happening, the real history. Those people are questioning everything. And those people are the ones who are definitely, to say the least, are moving forward in the development of their own crown chakra. They're not just the sheep who will be, easily manipulated by anything that people tell you. That these people are questioning what this life is really about.
Yeah. And if we're talking about people, how people feel satisfied on this level, even if they don't know too much, even if they didn't develop and grow too much, on this level they will be satisfied with each other when they belong to one egregore, when both are Muslims or both are Christians or both going to hatha yoga 3 times a week. Anyway, they belong to something where they go together. And I want to say also that egregores can connect people. People might not even be a good match, by the way, but the guy looking okay, time to get married, 10 girls in the church, approximately my age. Okay, this one is not bad physically and character is okay. He's not even thinking to look somewhere out of his church. So egregores bringing people together. It works like that as well.
Yeah, egregores can both connect people and disconnect as well. Just so you know, it's very common. It's very common when people do belong to different egregores, and those egregores end up having conflict between them. And no matter how much attraction is among people on the physical level and all the other chakra levels that we described in the previous slide, there can be a significant difference on the crown chakra level, which unfortunately sways people in different directions because of their outlook in life. And also behind the scenes, egregores are working for power, because religion and politics, as we all know, are very, very similar institutions. It's just like they have a different goals, long-term goals that they present to masses of people, but the structure of them is nearly the same. And those who understand it, those people are definitely ahead of the game.
I see beautiful comment from Irina. Irina, thank you so much. She says, so beautiful and inspiring with beauty and wisdom, ladies. Thank you, dear. I saw that
Thank
you
you,
went
Daria.
live just right now. Before us, I saw your live video and I was questioning how come we didn't go live together when you came to Batumi, by the way.
Yeah, great
So very
minds
easy.
think alike.
I'm sorry?
Great minds think alike.
Yeah. I think we were very busy to just enjoy personal meeting. It's one of those rare cases when first you meet someone very awakened, someone like-minded in internet. You talk, become friends, and then you meet somewhere in real life, even if you're from different continents. It's very interesting. Yes,
When two
yes.
players meet, the game is on. The game is especially exciting when two players meet.
Yes.
to people who think alike.
It was awesome. Thank you, Rina. So great. Yeah,
Well, I
sorry, I
guess that's it.
interrupted
No worries. I guess that's it about all
chakras.
the chakra levels are discussed. Make your notes, guys, and figure out in your relationships which chakra levels are present and which ones are absent. See how the energy flows from you to your partner and vice versa, and take it into consideration as a front of work to make a relationship better, to make it more harmonious. There's always work to be done. There's always room to growth and improvement. And we're gonna dive to another set of questions that we didn't get a chance to discuss. People are writing very often this term narcissist. I want to talk about that, and I want to give more information to those who watch it because this is such a popular question, and it always seems like there is some misunderstanding. It seems like narcissists are called literally all the bad guys and everything bad you can imagine in a person. They're shovel into the narcissistic term. But what actually narcissism means and how to spot one, like how to see if that guy is or that woman maybe is a narcissist, and how to get out of this relationship without being too traumatized, because a lot of people deal with the consequences for a lot of period of time, and they do all types of counseling after. But there must be the way to warn about the presence of narcissists in their life, and there must be the ways to prevent a relationship with one in the first place, or methods of recovery after people exit such complicated relationships. So I would like to ask Daria's opinion on that matter and share her wisdom with us.
Okay, you started with such a quality preview. I was hoping you can describe topic and I just listen. That's
Okay,
funny.
preview, yeah, it's like a preview to the movie. But okay, let's start with this. Who are narcissists? What are their main features? How do we spot a narcissist? How do we know, like, okay, this person is has a narcissistic tendencies?
Okay, narciss. Well, pure narciss. Let's talk about pure narcissism. I also want to say that there is almost no pure type in the world. Honestly, there is a narcissist might be inside each of us, or at least for few percent. Uh, because if we start with mythology, where it came from, what is narcissism? Is when someone saying, "Wow, I enjoy myself. I'm beautiful. I'm cool. I'm amazing," and it's even useful to be a little bit an narcissist, but not too much. When it's ugly, when it's fully almost like clear type of narcissist, what we see, it's someone who doesn't look out, only inside. So that type of person will never love someone else. So some men or some women, they think, oh, he's so handsome, or he's so rich, or she looks like a model, or she's so cool. And most likely that person will have 1 million plastic surgeries, which narcissist loves to do. Not all people who do many plastic surgeries are narcissists, but most of them. And it's easy to fall in love with narcissists because these people, they take care about them very, very well. We all must to do this, but they do some extra taking care. They looking good. They attract. Their physical body attract, but then you feel some bad natural smell. Esoterically, something something not all right, because narcissist cannot give, cannot look out there, cannot be interested to give something to other person. And then people become very unhappy next to narcissist because they love, but they don't receive love, because narcissist wants to receive everything for me. So if you start relationship with someone who doesn't take care in any way, think about it. Just think. When person is really interested how your life goes, are you in trouble? Are you sad or whatever? Or really thinking what kind of gift to give to you, something. You know, when you see some signs that person is caring, thinking, paying attention to your words, remembering what you like, trying to build something involves your interest, then everything goes well. But when you feel like you chasing someone, chasing and always dreaming, oh, maybe that person will be more warm to me, then it's a kind of red flag. So it's like my view at this moment when it's 3 a.m. and my brain is a little bit sleepy. I want to listen what you add to this topic.
Yeah, I'm sorry that yeah, our schedules are so different as far as time zones, so we had to meet somewhere in the middle. But literally, we're met in the middle of the night. So we're not going to take too long for this second part of life. We just wanted to wrap up the chakras, and we did so. But since the topic is complicated relationship, I decided to bring up a couple of terms: narcissists, abusers, and all that stuff. We're going to throw all these bad guys in one bucket, girls, okay? And we're going to just tell you the main fundamentals. When you find yourself in a relationship with somebody insensitive like a narcissist, you have to pay attention to this red flag. Narcissist loves himself in your reflection, in the eyes of you. You know, he just, like the legend that you mentioned. Narcissus is a beautiful flower that we all know. It smells amazing, this yellow or white flower. But the legend of Narcissus, what he was always looking at his own reflection. So the same goes onto the people. These people have no heart. The heart chakra level is not there. They don't know what love is, because love is not only about yourself, it's about mutual. You give and you receive, and you truly genuinely care about other person's well-being. Even if something is going on between you, you still care for them. You still want to know that they're okay, that they're doing good. You're still looking out for their highest interests. You're happy if they're doing good. You're not jealous if they're doing better than you. You're supporting them, right? And a lot of that good stuff. But narcissists, they're only looking for their own gain, their own interests. So these people do lack compassion, and the heart level chakra is not available to them by default. So if you choose relationship with somebody like this, you should understand right away that there is likely not going to be any genuine love. And it's easy to fall for this type of people. And a lot of women are narcissists as well. They are, you know, like all about her looks and all about that. And she just wants all that queen princess treatment and gives nothing in return. And it takes men for granted. And a lot of men suffer as well because they fall in love for this beautiful movie star diva, but she turns out to be cold as ice deep inside. Turns out that her outside is not compensated by the lack of the inner compassion and a lot of qualities that men looking for in a woman, which first of all is love and compassion and gentleness and that comfort. Like you mentioned before, it's like he needs to feel comfort and warmth in her presence, like he rests in her. That's not happening with narcissistic people, whether it's man or woman. People who suffer from it, they should understand that you take recovery in your own hands. You can go to psychologists and spend all the money there all you want, but if you are not going to make a decision that you are not a victim, that you are an adult, that you return your power by making the decision to do so and allowing yourself to be happy. Happiness is a state of mind. It's the decision. You make that decision. You want to be happy or you don't. That's why you have to understand if you had complicated relationship of the abusive nature, even if it's emotional abuse, which as we know now can be even more painful than physical. You have to take all the reins in your hands and make yourself happy again, treating yourself nice. And for future to avoid such relationships, pay attention to red flags such as what the person is talking about. Narcissists, they're all about them. Pay attention. If you talk to narcissists, they hear you like 5% out of 100, and then and me, and you know what happened to me, blah 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 blah, and they wouldn't shut the fuck up, and they would only be about themselves. And this is just a simple observation that you can notice if you deal with narcissists. And if they do something only for themselves, and they can hurt people really bad by the neglect, by playing the games, making it look like everything is all nice and they are in love with you. One day they're nice and warm and passionate and romantic, and the next day ice cold, don't notice you, or even worse, play some other games that we are not gonna discuss any further. But you should understand, you put yourself first, and this doesn't mean that you become a narcissist. It means that you have a healthy self-esteem, healthy relationship with yourself. If somebody doesn't respect your boundaries, crosses it by not treating you the way you deserve and you want to be treated, then you should make a conclusion that this person brings no value in your life, but vice versa, takes out the value out of your life. So if you want to be happy, you have to make sure debit and credit are even. You know what I mean? You have to make sure that pluses and minuses are weighted out on the scales of your personal understanding of that relationship.
Yes, yes. Usually,
Be more
there are
selective.
those people who choose narcissists or abusers or something else destructive. Those people have tendency of low self-esteem. Even when they understand something is not all right, they have tendency to be victims. They think, okay, he's bad or she's bad, doesn't give me love, but I'm so attached to this person sexually, or but he's so handsome, or she's so beautiful. So they have tendency to choose one thing among of a lot of shit, excuse me, and they trying to just be happy with that part. It's victim psychology. Commonly happen to people who didn't receive enough love from one or both parents in early childhood. So many people can listen right now to us and think, yeah, I know she's a bitch or he's a bastard, but what can I do? I'm crazy attached to her or to him, like painful, crazy. It's just total craziness. I know he's the worst, but I cannot do anything to myself. These people need to start listen many psychologists on YouTube. It's free right now. You can do that. You can work yourself even if you don't have money for expensive psychologists. Just learn about victim psychology, work with your value, and then clearly you will see, wow, it's nothing to hold. And after you break up, in 1 or 2 years, you will think, oh my God, how I could be um,
like in that just deep hole.
Absolutely. Yeah, and self-esteem is another important question that we oftentimes gets asked on the personal sessions. Uh, your self-esteem is a matter of your decision. If you want to restore your self-esteem, you have to understand you don't look at yourself from the position of other people anymore. If you had bad relationship with parents or with significant other, as we're talking more about personal life on this particular lives right now, you don't look at yourself through their eyes anymore or through the point how they treated you. You have to become more self-sufficient and more independent on the question of how do you understand and love yourself. You have to make that decision and restore your self-esteem by investing more time in your development. Like Daria mentioned, find mentors that you resonate with, that you find resonating. Listen to their professional, licensed opinions. Look for other people's stories. You're not alone. There's so many people in the world who, just like you, were facing the very same issues. So you always have to remember you're not alone, and you can make things much better just by deciding to do so. Just by deciding to invest time in yourself. Do what makes you happy. Serotonin and all the other happy hormones play a crucial role in your life. If you do something that makes you happy, if you invest time in yourself, find time for hobby, buy delicious foods that you like, preferably they're healthy, buy yourself something nice, get your moods lifted up, and your whole outlook is going to start changing to the better. And everything that used to bother you before, you're going to be like 1 year from now, you're going to be looking at those things and think it's not even a big of a problem. And I was spending so many nights crying for what? Over what? Over somebody who doesn't even know what love is, if we talk about narcissists. So it's not worth it. It's not worth your time. But if you have to go through pain and process it, go do whatever it takes. Go through that pain as much as you need to go through that pain. But once you process and lift all the terrible scenarios in your brain possible, because that's what our brain likes to do, fantasize these horrible things that are not maybe not even there. But once you did that, you already elaborated yourself from the necessity to live in constant fear. That's also one of these therapy methods to make yourself return and restore your self-esteem and feel better. Live out through all the possible scenarios, and when it's done, you understand, okay, everything is not that bad, because overthinking is one of the biggest problems. When your emotional state is vulnerable, people start overthinking. Meditation comes in handy. Learning how to relax your mind, not thinking about anything or focusing on only one thing, such as one of your body parts. This helps to shift your attention to where you need it to go, because as we all know, where your attention goes, that's where all the energy goes. And for restoration of self-esteem, of course, you have to practice meditation on a daily basis. Every day, every night, every morning, somebody does the prayer, which is also very helpful and beneficial. Prayer clears your mind, clears your soul, and allows you to hold on to something good in this life, gives you hope that things will be better. So pick and choose whichever method works for you.
Also, before I forgot, since we think from one important topic to another important topic, I want to say to our dear friends who listen to us, then when you need to find this self-esteem, this confidence, this clearness, what to think about this person or another, about your relationship, you always can go to specialist and find the help. You can go and schedule and book consultation with Olga Selena and look at your powerful characteristic from astrological point of view. Many people living this life and they don't even know what is their gifts. Your gifts, what you came with to this incarnation, it's something what you need just slightly touch and you become a queen in this specific field of life. But many people doesn't even know about some their talents before astrologer will tell them. You can also come to my tarot and psychic session and we will look exactly at your situation with psychic channel and cards, at your couple, at your relationship. There are many ways and you should not figure out being alone and in struggle.
Yeah, exactly, guys. You're not alone. And thanks for mentioning that. Daria already helped so many people in the world. She has a lot of feedback on her Russian channels and as well as on her English speaking channels. And you can read other people's stories in the highlights, in reviews or testimonials, just to see that you're not alone. There's so many more people who are struggling with all types of problems in relationship domain and not only. So that's what advisors are there for you. When you cannot figure something on your own, you can always come, book a session, DM through online, through any platform, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, YouTube, we're everywhere, and we'll be more than happy to take a closer look on your own unique and particular situation with the magnifying glass of
And
such
I
instruments.
your new online course, which is about archetypes, about how um, all this wisdom of life we see in that ancient Egyptian knowledge, 22 arcana of time. It's amazing. This knowledge is very rare for Western society, especially. It's amazing that now it's possible to learn it in English. Like really, it's super fascinating. Also, we give very important basics of psychology, tarot, chakra, again. It's very, very important. It's amazing.
Thank you, dear.
Yes.
Thank you so much for mentioning it.
Yeah, you guys can find information about courses, about our consultations on our pages. And will watch this video on YouTube. We will mention all pages under the video and websites, everything.
Definitely. Thanks so much for the shout out. And yeah, everybody's welcome to study. A lot of people, they want to learn for themselves how to figure it all out, how to understand the cosmic laws of this universe, how to obtain instruments that will allow you to orchestrate beautifully all the scenarios in your life. That's why we dedicate a lot of time to studying ourselves, and a lot of requests come in our DMs about learning from and sharing the wisdom that we know, which we're very happy to share with you guys on our online courses of a different subjects. And the one that Daria was mentioning is called Archetypal Psychology. More information on our pages. Well, I guess that's going to be it for today.
Okay. Okay.
There is a lot more questions to discuss, but I think we will be wrapping up.
Yes, and I saw your list of questions what we got before this live. So honestly, relationship, especially complicated, is something what should be discussed during hours. We can talk other times, some other types of relationship.
We definitely can. There were two more questions I wanted to brought up because people ask about it a lot. And since we're finishing, let's do a quick encouraging review to these two phenomena. One of the last questions was how to overcome the cheating if there is infidelity occurred in relationship, which is a very traumatizing by nature. And we want to give a couple of techniques or advices to people who had to go through that painful stuff, such as infidelity in relationship. What is your, Daria, experience with people that come to you? What would be your main advice? How to overcome it?
Again, it's about a level of understanding. Some people feel like no, something is broken, like broken glass. Even if you use super glue, you see these wrinkles. And they are ready to just trust the path and go. But for some people, it's too early. And when people come and ask a question, how to be, what to do, it's still early for them to finish this situation. If they bought consultation, if they came, if they in pain, they didn't overcome. How I see relationships energetically, when it's still something in the cup, like in this cup, you're not gonna forget it. Just go for it. Go until the end. Just take it. Go through that path. Yeah. When people not ready to finish relationship, it might happen because different reasons. It means it's not time yet. And for them, advices will work. It means she still learns something next. He still learns something next to her, and it will be super painful to break up right now, even if one made such mistake. I don't know what you think. It's very complicated. It should be. We should look like personally on each situation. On each situation. It's
Yeah, there wouldn't be a general advice to such because there's so many different circumstances under which the cheating could have been. For example, there are two types. There was a cheating that partner regrets. It was like, oh, one time I was drunk or something like that. Let's say your partner cheated on you, but he didn't have intention to leave the relationship. It was just a mistake that he does regret, and he wants to be with you, and he wants to make things better. There's one scenario. Another scenario where cheating happens all the time, and it becomes normal. So that second scenario, you can guess that there is no other way to make that relationship work because it's rotten from the inside. People should not even be in relationship if they're not ready to commit to each other. Why? Just be single, just enjoy life. Why to be with somebody if you feel like you're missing out on something and you need multiple partners, or you need sexual gratification with different people? Then you are not for relationship. But that's the scenario that's very destructive for people, and that's the time where you go. You don't even need to linger there any longer. You terminate it immediately. But when we talk about the first scenario and the pain that people experience after the infidelity to taken place, people ask very, very often, should I stay or should I leave? And this is up to you. Only you decide. you have to measure the scales of how much love you feel towards the person who did that to you. And if you really see that the person who was not faithful to you does regrets it and tries to make things better, if the person still tries to capture you, win you over, treats you well, does things that makes you happy, that you both like to do. All couples do their different things. Somebody loves to travel together, somebody likes to study together, somebody likes to do some kind of sports together, or whatever other activities you prefer. If you see that your partner is investing in you and tries to make things work, and you still have love to that person, then you have to be strong enough to forgive. Because if you won't forgive that, that relationship will always have a hole, like it's a glass that has hole in it. The all water will be leaking out of it, and all the emotions and love you used to have will be leaving that relationship through that broken glass. And that broken piece is that forgiveness that only you can decide to experience. And if you want to make this relationship work and you see that your partner is trying to make it better, then you have to work on forgiveness, whatever it takes. Work with yourself or with your psychologist or with your therapist, whoever you trust. But patch the hole in your heart.
Honestly, I want to argue a little bit. When it's not your fault on something, don't put yourself in the biggest stress. Like imagine someone become a victim because partner cheated. So person already fucking stressed, and now that person thinking, I need to work on forgiveness, I need to work on forgiveness. It's like inside the fire and think that you sit inside the water. So it's double stress. Honestly, it's bad idea to push yourself. It's bad idea. Let things go naturally. Of course, don't put more oil into the fire of your anger, but don't put yourself, I want to say, to such people on biggest stress. Like, now I need to forgive. It's really hard, and it's not your hard work and stress, but it should be hard work of that person who cheated. If, because he needs to put not even double force, triple force to save relationship. No double stress, please. It's again, sorry, victim position.
It's victim mentality. Yeah, I see your point. Yeah, definitely. I meant forgiveness from the point of the long retrospective, because if you still decide to stay with that person who did that to you, right, you will be always thinking about how much anger you have or so much hate or whatever the negative side effects, the aftermath of cheating, which is always there. And if you continue to drag that emotion throughout, you're gonna spoil all the relationship. That's what I meant. Forgiven for your own sake, forgiven to elaborate your heart from pain, which is not easy to do, and it doesn't happen overnight. Some people need months, even years, for the full recovery. So I do agree that the other party, the guilty party, have to work triple hard to win you over again, to show you that they really care, and they're not going to do it ever again. You have to make yourself clear that you will not tolerate the number two. First of all, you have to make clear what kind of investment you want the person to do for you. Just make it out loud. Things that you like or things that make you happy, let that other person know that this is something you would like to see in your relationship more often. And that would be their side of work. And also, if you change the attitude, it's going to make recovery much, much easier. The attitude is the following. Look at it this way. Let's say you are the person who is loyal in relationship. You did not damage the space around you by the lyings or the covering up things. You didn't do anything wrong. And there is another person who did everything wrong possible and who cheated. In the third eye of the universe, from which nothing is hidden, who from you two have more beneficial position? Who is clean? As long as you don't do anything that doesn't stand with your principles, their cheating has nothing to do with you because they cheat on themselves, first of all. Look at it from the perspective. It would be much worse for you to feel what they're feeling that guilt that's always there, that side effect of the action they've done. And it's a very low vibrational energy. Guilt, shame, fear, those are the lowest vibrational energies that everybody should avoid at all costs.
But there are thousands of people who doesn't have any guilt, any shame after cheating. So
Yeah.
In that case, so I will not even touch the topic that it's possible to stay with someone like that.
Yeah, definitely. Those people who don't regret it, then they are not worth to be with you. And you should always remember that.
Also, I want to touch some difficult and spicy topic a little bit.
Let's do this.
At least a few times a year, I have people on consultations who said, I did something horrible. I cheat my partner. I regret. I'm stupid. I'm idiot. I don't know how that's possible, how I made the worst mistake in my life. I don't need anything so much in this life like him. I don't know how it happened, but it's not full story. And she told me about that. Like, look, we saying right now with Olga, don't cheat whom you love. If you feel like something wrong, just go break up. Or you both went to different paths. That's it. So we against cheating. I want to make it clear. But sometimes some people who already made mistake, they making a way bigger mistake. They saying to loved ones that they cheated, that they hate themselves. It will never ever happen in their life, and they feel so awful that they need to take it out. Excuse me, but it's ugly. When you need to take a shit, sorry, my friend, it's between you and toilet. Don't fucking think, viewers. If you fucking cheated and you really fucking feel that it will never happen again in this couple, that you regret very fucking much, don't take this shit out. Think how that person will live with that shit right now. And it's very important. Honestly, I know such couples, know many of such couples. I look on tarot, I see that they are perfect to each other, but she already said the truth. And after that, she comes to consultation like 4 years, 5 years. She cannot find anyone. He still loves her. Come knock to her door every weekend saying, fuck, I hate you, I love you, but I will never be with you. But I cannot love anyone else, but I fucking hate you, I will never forgive you. So just, you will break it forever. Never do that mistake. So it's like going to toilet. It's between you and toilet. If some dirt is already coming out and you cannot move.
This is amazing. Like, you couldn't have said it better. Exactly. It's between you and the toilet. If you already cheated, make sure that partner doesn't know. No matter how much you want to confess your sin and you feel like it's a sin and you're such a sinner, or however you see that mistake of yours, have more compassion to another soul you're about to hurt really bad right now by confessing all that. It's already done. The damage is done, and that's not your partner's burden to carry. That's your burden. It's like trash. It's like when you bring trash in the house and put it all over, no matter how much you clean the house, it's still gonna smell like trash. That's what happens if you make an example.
I see that I have only 10% left. It will be great if we talk about that last question, and I save this video without
Yes,
letting it
definitely.
disappear.
Let's finish our amazing life. I'm so grateful that you found time to go online today with me, and I
Absolutely.
hope a lot of people would find it very entertaining and instructive. And the last question that I often see people asking, why exes are coming back, whether they're DMing or watching the stories, not texting anything, but they're just keep coming back, adding up on online platforms after many years that relationship is already done, forgotten. Why ex-boyfriends like to come back in your life? Just to check
Not
how you doing. Not always, but those who do. What makes people want to return to the old? And more often it happens to men than women, because as we know,
let's make it clear. Sorry for interrupting. Because it's two different categories. One category you mentioned in the beginning, you said those who watch stories or posts or something like that, or sometimes texting, and those who want to come back. It's two different categories. You and I, we always see many women, they asking questions like, oh, he's watching my story, he watching my posts, sometimes he texts. And it's been like that for years after breakup. Dear ladies, it doesn't mean anything. It's not action. It's just watching stories or text you a couple times a year. It means he still look at you and like, no, still same situation, it's not enough for us to be together. So, this rare hi, what's up once a year doesn't mean anything. It's not that tight connection. Otherwise, it will be absolutely different actions from him. So, I'm always shocked listening all these questions from women who are 40, 50, 60, and they are more naive than 14 years old girls. In life, it's just like that. It's surrealistic, but it's always like that. And about even if we're not talking about exes, please look, observe how many women in this world let some lovers come to them one time a month or one time in 3 months, use their body, live, and woman see him only one time in 3 months, and it's been like that for a year, and she buying consultations from everyone, and she's like, please tell me when we will get married. Is he my second half? And it's funny, but it's not funny because all psychologists, astrologists, psychics will understand us very well right now because you know how many women live like that. Any age, 40, 50, 30, any age. So many cases just like that. Please don't be so naive. Yeah, when access wants to come back, well, everything over here, I don't even want to touch it on general topic because it's very, very very gentle topic. In some cases, fuck no. In some cases, well, maybe it's very dear soulmates who were young and ignorant before. Their roads went apart. They grow. They understood a lot. They realized value of each other. They became less ignorant, and maybe it's a good time to start on different level of wisdom. Everything is so individual. I would not give general advices, but maybe I'm missing something. What you would say?
Yeah, in a very rare cases, it happens that after many years of being apart, people grew. They grew up. They needed that separation to grow, to become the best version of themselves. And now they want to come back again together. They feel like there is still love. There is unfinished business. No, neither one of them met anyone better, and they still want to be together. And if it's mutual, then yes. But it doesn't happen too often. It's one of those stories that, maybe we only see in the movies, but it still happens, but not too often. Most of the time, what really happens? One of you is moving forward with a different speed. You're developing, you're learning much quicker than before, and you're becoming that attractive version of yourselves that you used to not be like that before. You're becoming better. You're doing good. So those who come back from the past are just signaling that they're trying to catch up with you. They're seeing you as like blinking light in the night, and they're like, oh, let me see what. Oh, she's doing so good. She's looking younger, better. She's making more money. She's having a very interesting life, looks like it. Let me get warm in those sun rays of her warmth or whatever you call it. They just want to be next to. They're attracted to energy, and they're trying to like check on you. They don't really love you. They don't really mean it, but it's their ego that hurts. The ego is hurting. Ouch! She's doing so much better without me. How come? And nobody wants to be left out. Deep inside, a lot of people are still kids, and they still want to play together in the same sandbox. Nobody wants to be left out, right? So they just come to check on you just to see because their ego is hurting and you're doing much better. So in this case scenario, be happy and take it as another compliment that you are on the right track. And of course, no illusions made. What it's done, it's done. Remember why you or he or I don't know who else from you, remember why you terminated this relationship in the first place.
Yes.
Regardless, we want to wish all of you guys very, very beautiful, lovely, and romantic Valentine's weekend and the week ahead of you. We wish you a lot of love. And first of all, love towards yourself. The love that you radiate will magnetically attract the same love in your life.
Yes.
And remember, whatever you're looking for is looking for you as well. Thanks for being with me today, Daria. It was very good to see you as always. And we hope that these lives will be useful for those people who needed to hear what has been spoken.
Definitely. I'm looking forward for our next conversation.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward. So this idea has been born a long time ago, and next week we'll meet again and we'll discuss the topic of matrix.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. See you, friends. Thank you, Olga. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Have a good night.
Have a great day. Bye-bye. Time zones. Maybe somebody doesn't know. Okay, friends. See you. See you, Olga.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.